You see this? I don't know if you can see them. Perfect. Let me show you how to do this. In this video, I'm about to show you how to make crispy, delicious, restaurant-style asparagus. Oh my God. Stay tuned. Please, stay tuned. We're about to get it. Let's go. What's going down? It's your boy De Lamar. Let me get my focus right. All right, and I'm in the kitchen with Bae. She's sitting there doing her thing, cooking the. You gonna say hello?
Hello.
Yeah, she doing her thing. She making. What are you making?
What's this called? Sauce for the asparagus.
Some béarnaise sauce. Let's see. Let them see it real quick. She making a béarnaise sauce. Boom. And I'm about to make some asparagus. That's for the asparagus too. Okay, so
béarnaise sauce for the asparagus.
Okay, so she gonna make a béarnaise sauce, and I'm just gonna make my classic asparagus. $5. I got this from Safeway for $5, and I am going to I make this with olive oil. I make it with a little bit of salt, pepper, and I just put it in a skillet, and I just let it sit, let it, you know, saute or whatever. I don't know the right cooking term for it, but you guys will see how we do this, how we get down here. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in focus, so I'm looking away, but all right, let's do this.
I actually got my whisk out.
She got her whisk out. She's trying to be professional now. Now the camera's rolling. All right, so take your package. What you want to do is you want to take your package and you want to cut into the asparagus, okay? So you want to cut to an asparagus, because if you see, most people just cook this whole dang asparagus, but you're not really supposed to eat that lower part. Well, at least that's what I tell myself. You don't want to eat that part. It's tough. This is where it's coming out of the ground, or however asparagus is growing. This is really tough. It doesn't taste good. So you want to make sure you cut that part off. Wash your asparagus again, even if the store says they wash it, I like to wash it again just to make sure. Yeah, and then you're ready to get cooking. So here we go. Grab a knife here. Something simple. Okay, boom. Very simple, huh? All right, and then like I said, I'm just gonna cut here. So let me adjust my camera actually, so you guys can see how I'm doing this. Let me just go like that. Boom. Okay. So I'm just cutting off this part here, and I like to keep it in the tray. It's actually, you know, more economical that way. So if you cut, you know, they stay in place. You don't have to wrangle up all the asparagus in one plate, you know, all over the place. So I just go like that. Okay. Boom. Just like that. Let me place this over here. Need to get a little more organized. Okay, so yeah, make sure that's not hot. Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna take this out.
It's not hot, right?
I hope not. It don't feel hot. You know, it's not hot. You guys see it now? Let me show you. Boom. All right, cool. So this is how it's supposed to look. And you see, there's all those ends are pretty much chopped off now. Here they are. These are the hard ends. These are the ones that you don't want to keep. Okay. All right. Next, I'm gonna do this next one package here. Let me just throw this away.
Okay.
All right, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm just gonna chop off the ends. These ends are hard. They're not really the best to eat. Okay. I'm just gonna chop off those ends. These look better, honestly. And I probably could have kept a few of these ends from the last package, but just for the sake of education. And if you noticed, I have 2 packs. You might be thinking, okay, this is too much for me. You know, it's just me, wife, and son. But you'll notice when you cook these asparagus, they are not going to be this big. This is the raw version. Now, when you are cooking these, the ends are not coming out, so I gotta break those. I'm just gonna break that real quick. All right, so like I was saying, when you're cooking these, they're not gonna be the raw version. Okay, so this is about 2 packs of the $5 asparagus from Safeway. I have no connection with Safeway, but if anybody is from Safeway and they wanna like, subscribe, and even cut your boy a deal, it's your boy De Lamar Cabrera, $million, multi-million-dollar. You know where to find me. All right, so we got the raw asparagus. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash these. Okay, I'm gonna wash Bernays. Let me see what that tastes like.
I turned it down too.
Is that nice and fatty?
Yeah, that's really good.
Let's see. That's good. That'd be great if it had like a kick to it.
Like what?
I don't know. What's kicky?
Well, I don't want to mess up with the ingredients.
I know, but like some sort of kick to it would be dope.
Garlic?
Like, yeah, something like I'm thinking like a
I
salt.
don't want to mess it up.
Like a little bit of salt.
I don't want to have too much though, because I don't want to mess up the. I like that flavor,
You know what I'm saying?
but I'll do a little bit.
It just tastes too kind of sweetish almost.
Not to me, it tastes like butter.
That's enough. You was putting a lot
Yeah,
there.
it tastes butters to me.
All right, so we got our skillet. Let me move this up here.
No, we need a better skillet.
Okay, the skillet has seen better days, but you get the drift. Okay, I got olive oil, the spray olive oil. This is really healthy. You know, I could use my extra virgin olive oil, but I'm just gonna go ahead and use the spray. And like they say, you know, 1/4 of a second, that's really how they calculate it. 1/4 of a second is a serving size. I don't really trip off all of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and spray the bottom and coat the bottom, okay? Boom, that's probably like what, 3-4 seconds? So you do the math. I'm not gonna do it right now. All right, next, I'll take my finger, but if you have a brush, let me see. Actually, I'll use the brush. So if you have a brush like this, a cooking brush, just take the brush and just brush that oil and really just lubricate, coat the pan just like this. You know, I decided to make this video because I had my wife's friend, she was really interested in and not only her, but I had people before ask me how to make this, or you know, they said they like my asparagus. I don't make everything really good, but I know asparagus is one of those things that I can make. I know that I'm confident that they're delicious. Okay, so coat the pan. Next, you want to throw in some garlic cloves. Okay, you want to throw in some garlic cloves, probably like 2 or 3, depending on what you're making. For this amount of asparagus, I'm gonna throw in about 5 cloves. Boom. And these are just these are Safeway already prepared and peeled garlic cloves. So they're like the medium size, right? Let's see, what do they say? Garlic peeled. It's out of focus. There we go. It's in focus. It's out of focus. It's in focus. It's out of focus. Garlic peeled. You got the drift. All right. And then I turned on my stove to about 60%, about 6. All right. So that's, you know, it's not really warm, but it's not frying hot. And I'll let these cook for a second. While I'm doing that, while I got the stove running, I'm gonna take a little salt and I'm just gonna drop it right there with that garlic. Because what I'm doing is I'm essentially cooking the garlic first. And I throw a little pepper here. Okay. Boom, just like that. If you want to get fancy, you can always throw your herbs in there. You could throw like your thyme, your rosemary. This is a good way to aromate, or I don't know if that's the right word, but this is a good way to make your food smell good and really have those deep flavors, those restaurant quality flavors. This is what they do first. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna let these cook for a second and I'll be right back. Okay, so we back. Now, the garlic is starting to cook. If you notice, it's not brown, but it's not burnt. This has a little bit more cooking to do. This is really good as I'm mixing it around. Alright, so this is what you want to do. You just want to mix it around the skillet, let it cook. It's going to probably take about 5-10 minutes depending on the clove of it. I like to leave the garlic in the clove because it's just saturated with this garlic taste. It really makes the asparagus delicious. It complements the asparagus fibrous, you know, carbohydrates of the asparagus. Makes it taste super delicious, especially when we put a little salt, pepper on it. That's really all you need. You can throw lemon on it, you know, sprinkle lemon on it. Gives a nice little twist, nice little kick in there too. If you like it's spicy, you can throw in extra black pepper and that'll really give a nice little punch to it, okay? So let me turn my fan on actually to low. Alright, now if you notice, it goes from undercooked, to raw to undercooked to it will cook really fast, so you want to make sure it doesn't overcook. So about right here is where I'm going to begin to add in my asparagus, okay? Here we go. So right there, that's about where we want to go, where it starts to get brown, okay, from white to brown. We don't want to overcook it. I gotta stress that enough. All right, now let me quickly wash these asparagus because I didn't get a chance to. All right, so I'm washing the asparagus. Huh? Oh, no, that's okay. I just edited it out. Alright, so asparagus is washed. It's very important. You don't want to have your asparagus soaked in water. That's going to make your asparagus not as crisp as the restaurant quality. So just take a paper towel and just go through, you know, your washed asparagus. Just kind of go through it. Okay, and what I can do is I would just take a bunch out. You know, just like a baby out of the shower. You put that towel over it, dry them up. Okay? These are your babies. Treat them with love. Treat your food with love. And your food would taste better. That's actually a key to great cooking. Alright, so I'm going to drop those in. Now I'm going to turn down my fire just a little bit. I had it at 60%. I'm going to drop it down to about 50 real quick so those garlic don't overcook. You see that? These are starting to overcook, so I got to slow down that process. I have to slow down that process, so I'm just going to take the fire down just a little bit. This is what effective cooking really is. It's just kind of trial and error. You might not get this right the first time, but once you get it right, you can never get it wrong. Okay? And all I'm doing is dropping in those asparagus. They don't have to be even. It doesn't, you know, have to be one layer. You can throw asparagus on top, because the way we're going to cook these, we're just going to steam them anyway. So, and then we're going to keep distributing them around the pan. So every asparagus is treated fairly. I don't know. You guys rate my jokes in the comment section. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how I'm doing. If you got any suggestions, not just with the jokes, if you got any suggestions on what I should cook next, or if you want me to cook some more, it's probably enough right here. If you want me to, if you have any suggestions what I should cook, let me know in the comments. If you hate the video, let me know in the comments. Alright, boom. So I wanted to put all of it in, but I couldn't fit it. Here's the deal. You want to stack, you can stack these on top, but you don't want to overcrowd them. Okay? So this is good enough. Just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. Cover the top. Boom. Alright. Okay, so next I have a top, just a regular top here. I'm going to slap them right on top just like that. And I'm going to let them cook for about 5 minutes, okay? And then 5 minutes, I'm going to show you what I do as I flip them and as I add a little salt and a little pepper as they're cooking. Alright? Alright. So it's been 15 minutes. I'm just going to lift up the top here. And you can already tell they've been sweating already. When I say sweating, you can just see the moisture, the condensation of the heat moving around the asparagus. This is why it's important when you're washing the asparagus not to oversaturate them in water, because they will start to boil. They'll take on a whole different cooking process. And what we're doing is called sauteing. It's like a light fry, right? So let me grab my tongs here, and all I'm doing is just repositioning them throughout the pan, right? Put a little light in there too, extra light. And see, I can use these garlic cloves. They're not burnt. They're cooked. Ah, you can't see them because they're out of focus. Let's see. No, they're still out of focus. Ah, let me go like this. All right, let's see. No. I can't get it. All right, anyways, there you go. You can kind of see they're, boom, just like that. So they're slightly cooked. Now, the reason why I have those garlic just floating around is because they infuse the asparagus with that garlic flavor. Okay, I've already put a little spray of olive oil in there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna add a little bit of Lawry's garlic salt. I love this stuff. It's really useful. I put it in eggs. I put it in all type of shit. Okay. Be a little generous with it. Not too much. Okay. That's about 3 pinches. What I just did. 2 to 3 pinches. All right. Next, I'm gonna add the black pepper. I have the McCormick black pepper. Boom. I promise you, I'll work on the focus issues later. Okay. And then you just want to, I just do it lightly. I don't want my asparagus to kick too hard, because usually I pair it with like a steak or a chicken, and in the steak and chicken, I have that one usually have a little bit more kick than usual. Kick meaning, spice or some sort of taste that's not bland, the opposite of bland. All right, so now you can hear them. They're crying out. I can hear my asparagus crying out for me. Y'all like them? Y'all like them singing skills? Let me know in the comments. I love engagement. I love to talk. I like to hear what you learned. Please comment. All right, so you can kind of see what we got going on here. You can see what we got going on here. You know what I'm saying? Thought him a did him. I'm not messing around. Now, how do you know when your asparagus is done? When you can take like a knife or a fork, something sharp. I'll take my knife that I used earlier, and you'll notice if I try to poke this asparagus, oh, you couldn't see that. There we go. Boom. If I try to poke this asparagus, the knife is not going through. That means it's not ready yet. You want the knife to pass through that asparagus without falling to mush. You don't want it to be too easy. If it's really easy to poke that knife, that means you've overcooked it, and that means you go sit in the corner for 5 minutes. You messed up. Do it again. Now, honestly, really, if you feel like that, if you feel like your asparagus, here you can see me. There's my beautiful face. All right, so honestly, yeah, if you feel like that asparagus is overcooked, immediately take it off the fire and to stop the cooking process. You don't want it to continue to cook, because that's going to further damage or overcook the asparagus. So you really want to stop that cooking process, and you want to try to conserve or preserve anything that's left at that point, by the way. So I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna let this asparagus sit for probably another 5 minutes. It's gonna be ready. The thing with asparagus, the trick is you don't want to overcook it. So I might not even cook it all the way through. I might just you see how it is right here. I might just let this cook for probably like 5 more minutes. Keep the top on, take it off the fire, and let it cook on its own. Okay, kind of like let it glide into being finished, rather than cooking it, and then taking off late and it be overcooked. That's the trick with asparagus. You want to cook it where it's about 90% done. Take it off the fire, let it rest, because it'll cook slower once it's off the fire, but it'll also cook to perfection where it's nice and crisp, okay? All right, so I'm gonna let that sit 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Peace. All right, good people. So this is what I was talking about. I can actually smell, I can smell that they're, now these are done. This has been 5 minutes, okay? They cook really quick, so you gotta be very careful. Take them off the fire. I've taken them off the fire. I've turned the fire off. And all I wanna do is go like this, okay? These are perfect. These are perfect. But these are cooked about 95%, 96%, and they will overcook really quickly. So I need to go ahead and I need to transfer these to another surface.
Your phone right
I think that's Jay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and transfer these. Uh-oh, not smart, but let me just do that. Fuck it. All right. Oh shit, get that off the fire. Oh. Okay, let me put this in an actual bowl. Stop being crazy. Let me stop being crazy. Put these in the actual bowl here. All right. Woo! That's hot. Okay, so this is the finished product. Let's take this off. I lost the I lost the damn garlic here. Let me can throw that away later. All right. So this is the finished product. Okay. This is how you want it to look. Take your knife, and if I poke it, see how that just went through? But it's not mush. When I mean mush, if I was to poke this, okay, it wouldn't be like that. So if I tried to poke it like this, see that how I just poked that? Boom. You don't want it to be mush. So if you poke it, I know I'm, overkill right here, but if you poke it, you can go inside. Boom. So this is perfect. Let it rest. The key is let it rest. I have a few burnt pieces in here. They probably, were at the bottom. And all I do is I'll just take these things out. Okay? I'll just take these things out and sit them out. So once again, if you see it like that, that's burnt. You can take these out. They're not going to taste good if they're burnt. So you can take a few of these out. And that's why it's always good to buy a lot of these, because that can happen, and you just got to throw them out. But for the most part, these are beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna let them sit. Lastly, what I do though, a lot of people don't do, what they should do is don't be afraid to add salt. Okay, you want to be generous if you have salt problems, if you high blood pressure and things like that, but you do want to flavor it. If it's not with salt, flavor it with garlic powder or onion powder, but you want to give it flavor. You don't want your food to be bland, so just add a teensy. I just added like a half of a pinch, really, to a pinch of salt. And now I'm just gonna let them rest. That's it. That's all. That's how we do it. All right. Once again, if you like this video, please support your boy. All right, like, subscribe. Damn, I can't get this thing to focus. There we go. If you like the video, you know what to do. It's your boy, De La Mar Cabrez, multi-millionaire. And I just showed you how to make asparagus restaurant style. And that is actually a very, very healthy sort of carb. Well, not sort of, but it is a very healthy carb. And when I mean carb, I mean, something that's fibrous, that makes you feel full and it tastes delicious, restaurant quality. If you have not liked, subscribe, comment once again. I left a free guide. I have a free book on, I'm into the meditation thing. So if you come to my channel, I'm probably going to show you how to meditate properly, or how to get rid of negative thoughts, or how to be positive, things like that. I got a free book that I want you to check out. So click that link right below, get that free book and begin to read. It'll change the way your mindset is. All right. So my battery just died. Fuck it. But like I was saying, I got a free book that you can check out right below. It's on positive thinking, making sure that this is the year. 2020 was just a year of sowing seeds, you know, even if it was a very shitty year for you. This is your year right here, you know, and that's what I tell my clients and, you know, family and friends. This is your year. Make it your year. Get that guide. Start, you know, implementing it into your life, and yeah, be greater. This is what this year is about. Let's do this shit. It's 2021. Let's be greater together. Check out that free guide. I love y'all. Peace. Like, subscribe, comment. Let's go.